Hello there. This is the introductory video in my new video series, in which I will demonstrate some most fundamental chess principle using games of none other than great Paul Morphy. This idea of using Paul Morphy games to demonstrate basic chess principles is not my original idea. I rather came across this in the book. And this book is written by Frisco del Rosario. He is a chess teacher, and he wrote a book titled First Book of Morphy. And in this book, which is also recommended by Dan Heisman, Frisco del Rosario does exactly that. So I would just like to spend a few words to tell you about how this book came about and what is the interesting idea behind this approach. So more than half a century ago, in 1942, Ruben Fine, American chess player, chess instructor, psychologist, university professor, whatnot, he published a book titled Chess the Easy Way. And in this book he states 30 fundamental chess principles. And he divides them in 3 parts. So you have 10 principles for opening, 10 for middle game, and 10 for end game. And when it was published, this book was very popular in the chess world, and it was also popular in the next few decades. And then some other books came about, and the book went out of the print, and it just was kind of forgotten. And there is a new edition of this book published in 1909, and you can find the link below if you want to purchase this edition. Unfortunately, they didn't translate it to algebraic notations, so this new edition still uses all the descriptive notation, and that can make it a little harder to read, but I think it's worthwhile nevertheless. Well, anyway, this Frisco del Rosario, he came up into the idea to revive these 30 principles and to demonstrate them using games from Paul Morphy, and he did it by selecting 2 games for each principles. So you have 30 principles and 2 games for each principle, which totals 60 games. And so this is what this book is all about. So it has 60 well annotated Paul Morphy's game and 2 for each Ruben Fine's principle. Well, since of course Paul Morphy happens to be my favorite chess player, you can imagine how thrilled I was to find this book and why I am so eager to share this approach with you. And if by any chance you don't know who Paul Morphy is, or maybe you don't know enough about Paul Morphy, then please check out in the description below. I link one lecture called Life and Chess of Paul Morphy, which I recommend. It's a very interesting lecture, and you will find about life of Paul Morphy and also about his chess style. Okay, so in this video series I'll be going through these 60 games, and I will try to point out some important fundamental principles as I go along, move by move. And although Morphy is known to be a great tactical player, and his games are rich with tactics and tactical opportunities, I will not spend much time analyzing tactical variations and sub-variations. I think anybody can do this today using just any chess engine. You can go, you can analyze game, and the engine will show you all the tactics there is in the game. So I don't think it's very interesting, and it's very useful to do this on the video. So I will rather be focused on principles, and I will hope that by watching this video you'll be able to acquire some general chess knowledge. I also made a video about acquiring general chess knowledge, so if you didn't see it, please check it out in the video description, and I of course recommend this video. It talks about how to go through master games and how to use master games to acquire general chess knowledge. And also, if you take a look in the description of the video below, you will find these 30 principles from Ruben Fine. I just listed them in one place so that you can have them in one place. I think it can be nice to have. Okay, this is it for the introduction. Stay with me, and I hope we can learn together from none other than Paul Morphy himself. Cheers.